Hi everyone, in this video I'm gonna compare my pay slips when I was permanent clinical teaching fellow vascular surgery and when I've transferred to a full completely locuming shifts. Gonna show you the difference between both. Just to give you a context, I used to be the clinical teaching fellow vascular surgery in one of the hospitals here in London, and I usually work around 40 hours a week. And I made a video here about my pay, but I will show you the pay slips today so you can understand the difference between both. Now I'm fully locuming, SHO level, London rate. London rate is not that great, but it's way better than the permanent jobs. Of course, locum and permanent had their positives and negatives, and I made video comparing the positive and the negative of both. You will find the link here, but in this video we are just comparing the pay.
I always use this app, my SBS Pay. It's a free app. You can find it in Google Play and on the App Store. It's free one.
Now I'm gonna show you my payment when I was doing permanent job. For example, I'm gonna open April 24. As you can see here, that's the full pay slip. You've got my name on top, my assignment number, and the date, which hospital I'm working with, and annual salary is £37,068. And this is the net pay on that month. So on that month, I was paid 2,639 and 28 pence. Here you have the payment, the full payment, which is £3,269 and 17 pence. And this came from two. From the basic pay, which is £3,089, and London zone, which is basically a pay because London is more expensive than the rest of the cities, which is £180 per month. That's the payments. But there's the deductions. And the deductions together are £629 and 89 pence. This was due to two deductions. First, the payee, which is pay as you earn, which is a taxes. Payee stands for pay as you earn, between two brackets, taxes. £452 and 20 pence. The national insurance contribution is £177 and 69 pence. And if you want to know what's national insurance number, let me press on here. This is a statutory deduction of national insurance contribution, which is payable above a certain threshold. Paying this contribution entitles you to certain state benefits. As you can see here, there is no pension. I opted out of the NHS pension for personal reasons. And I'm gonna make a video about pension and what really do I think about it in the next videos. That was my permanent job. Alright, as you can see, the pay for the permanent is not that great. Now, I'm gonna show you the pay slips of my locum shifts. For example, while you locum, or at least in my trust, I'm paid weekly. So every week I will receive the payment. Here, that's one of the payments. As you can see, bank department. That's my payment while I'm locuming. This is for 1 week. For 1 week. Sometimes they may miss days from the previous week and they're gonna pay in the next week, so it's gonna be higher than the usual. For example, this payment was for 1 week plus 3 days from the week before that I was in bed, so around 10 days. Here the payment, as you can see, is £2,680.85 pence. The deduction altogether was £1,071 and 30 pence. Let's see the details. Okay, WTD pay means when you work on the weekends. ST1, ST2, the level that I'm in, which is specialty training 1 and 2. Co means that's normal hours.
From 8 a.m. till 7 p.m. Monday to Friday.
As the normal working hour, core hours. And ST1, ST2 social and social, which mean anytime after 7 p.m. and weekends and nights, of course. Then you have deductions. The pay is 940. Now my taxes is increasing. If you notice in the previous pay slips, it was around 20%. Now it's getting more. It's gonna reach 40%. National insurance is 130. National insurance is stable. It doesn't change too much. So if you notice, I get in 1 week what I get in 2 weeks while I was in a permanent position. And this is for simple reason. In the permanent position, I will be paid around £15.6 per hour after the taxes. And in the locum, it's going to be around 27 till 30 or 32 after the taxes. So it's double the pay after the taxes. So basically, just locuming, and according to the hours, of course, you work and how much do you put in, you can triple or quadruple your income. For example, this week I was paid 7,169. That's before the taxes, unfortunately. And the deduction were 3,000. The total pay, as you can see, is 4,004 pounds and 16 pence. But for this one, I missed 2 weeks. That wasn't in just 1 week, no. I missed the first week and the second week. So they paid together for me, and it was 4,004 pounds and 16 pence. Look, that's the division, as I said earlier, social and unsocial. WTD pay means when you work on the weekends. And here, look to the deduction. They took taxes of 2,854 pounds. That's 40% of what I earned. So the downside of just locuming is the taxes. The taxes are heavy, and this is a proof. It's 2,854 and 52 pence. That was the taxes for this payment. This payment shouldn't come like that's what the payment for 2 weeks. They put them together in 1 week, which affected the tax code and made me pay way more. If it was separate, it's gonna be less than that. Long story short, working just locum gives you more flexibility, gives you more money, but your taxes will be way higher. Your taxes will be very high. Let me show you, for example, this week, that's the usual pay for a week, is around this number, 1,169 to 1,500. That's the normal week pay for locum. I work around 40, sometimes 50, 60 hours a week. Look, the taxes were around 827 pounds. Let me just calculate the percentage for this one. So in this case, I'm just calculating it. My taxes was yeah, 40%, is still the same. So they take 40% regardless. When you locum and you earn more than 50 a year, that's what they take. Okay, while I'm locuming, they expecting my salary to be around this number, 66,989. And I think that's lower than the real number. When you are doing your normal job, your annual salary will be around this number if you are not doing weekends or night shifts. And for a clinical teaching fellow vascular surgery, it was this number, 37,000 and 68 pounds. But when I'm just locuming, my annual salary is expected to be around this number, 66,998 pounds and 94 pence. At the end, I just want to mention important points. This was London Bay, which is not great. There's way better rates outside London. For an SHO, London rate is around 35. On the weekends, it's around 42, and on the nights, around 42. For F1, it's gonna be low, of course, around 25. Outside London, for an F1, it could be around 40, and for SHO, sometimes it reaches 60. So that's London rate, which is not great. Secondly, there's positives and negatives for locum, and I made a video comparing both here. Check it. Thirdly, if you are locuming, you should have a plan for career progression and what you're gonna do within this time you're locuming. Lastly, I hope this video gives you an idea about the difference of the pay if you're thinking to be fully locuming. Next video gonna be comparing a junior doctor salary or pay slips with a consultant salary or pay slips. See you next time. Good luck.